O Me, O Life by Walt Whitman.
O me, O life, of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, of myself forever reproaching myself, for who more foolish than I, and who more faithless? Of eyes that vainly crave the light of the objects mean, of the struggle ever renewed, of the poor results of all, of the plodding in sordid crowds I see around me, of the empty and useless years of the rest, with the rest me intertwined. The question, O me, so sad recurring, what good amid these, O me, O life? Answer, that you are here, that life exists, and identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse.
The poem was written in the 19th century by Walt Whitman during the American Civil War. The poem talks about the speaker's struggle to find out who he is and is comparing himself to the foolish and faithless people of society. Whitman writes with very little formal structure and no rhyme scheme. The title, O Me, O Life, actually summarizes the poet's entire conflict. He questions his own purpose, O me, and wonders why life can be so cruel, O life. He searches for the answers to the questions of life. But the true answer is that life exists, and that the true purpose of one's life is to live the moment and seize the day, because life is too short to be looking back or waiting for the future. Of eyes that vainly crave the light. This line uses descriptive language to paint a picture in the reader's head. When the reader reads it, they imagine a poor person that asks for money in the street and doesn't believe that they can ever succeed again. The tone of this poem is despairing, then hopeful. He starts out by pointing out all the negative things about life, and that he cannot affect anyone anymore. That he is also part of the foolish and the faithless, but then realizes that the powerful play goes on. Life moves on and that he will contribute his verse. Whitman uses a metaphor in the 9 lines to talk about a concept as big as the meaning of life. He shows how simple it really is. The whole poem is a metaphor to show the reader how life is short and limited. Whitman chooses a powerful metaphor in the last line that is essential to the understanding of the poem. He refers to civilization as a powerful play, and insists that each person will contribute a verse. This is a metaphor because Whitman compares life to a play and people to playwrights. In the first stanza, Whitman repeats the word of at the beginning of each line. This repetition puts the reader inside the speaker's head so that they can experience the poem as a stream of awareness. The faithless of cities filled with the foolish. This is an alliteration because he repeatedly uses the sound F. Vainly craves the light. Craving is a verification of existence, where the struggle increases each day as he struggles to reach an unachievable goal of verifying his existence in the face of his world's dishonesty and bareness. The struggle ever renewed is the never-ending struggle of life and the never-ending challenges. Whitman thinks of empty and useless years, that people spend their lives thinking of vain goals. He himself is tangled in it all. This brings up more questions of what his purpose is. The question of what he is doing in his life is recurring over and over again. What is the point for him to live? He finds it so sad and so recurring, like he can't seem to let it go. Answer: that you are here, that life exists, and identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you will contribute a verse. The second stanza answers the first stanza's question in 3 brief lines. He reminds himself that life, the powerful play, carries on and that the world continues to spin, that he is alive and his existence matters. From that existence, he can influence the world and make his mark on society, to verify his being and to fill the emptiness he feels. The meaning of contribute a verse is that the frequent nature of life and his role on it, to establish a legacy and to verify in history and have an effect on society. Endless trains of the faithless, meaning the long lines of people who betray our hopes and expectations of them. He sees all the other foolish, faithless people around him, and he considers himself no better, no less foolish and faithless than they. No matter the setbacks we go through in life, losing faith in humanity and ourselves is not the answer. The answer is that life still exists and in itself is enough. The very fact of existing gives one's identity and a part in life to change his destiny. The universal message of the poem is that life is a gift, and you should cherish every second, and never give up believing in yourself, despite the cities of the foolish and the endless strains of the faithless. Life is worth living because it continues to go on. It's our purpose to progress it and keep it moving forward by adding to the cycle of life.